Donetsk is changing, not slowly, but steadily. The old patterns are still there: artillery, tanks, front lines. But they're no longer the center. A new layer has taken over. Quieter, faster, harder to track. Drones. They used to be eyes in the sky. Now they're hunters. They don't wait. They don't hesitate. Once a target appears, the cycle is short. Detect, verify, lock, strike. This isn't just a shift in technology, it's a shift in tempo. From long pauses to constant pressure. From large-scale attacks to continuous disruption. And that changes how every unit moves on the battlefield. The focus is shifting, not to the front line, but behind it. Logistics, routes like Zugris, Andriivka, Starobyshev, the Donetsk Ring. These aren't just roads, they are lifelines. No supply, no rotation, no sustained operations. Reports suggest drones are active across these corridors. Not once, repeatedly. That means a pattern is forming. Every moving vehicle carries risk. Every convoy becomes a signal. Every movement can be tracked from above. Behavior changes. Movement slows down, becomes fragmented, more concealed. And every small delay builds pressure at the front. Then come the claims. Full control over logistics routes. It sounds powerful, but it needs context. In a battlefield this large, total control is unlikely. What's more realistic is gradual degradation, not shutting the system down, but weakening it. Piece by piece, day by day. Drones don't need to stop everything. They just need to disrupt enough, often enough, until efficiency drops, until movement takes longer, until decisions become harder to execute. This is pressure warfare, not instant dominance. Now shift to Dobropilia. A unit appears, the Buravi Brigade, not operating alone, but inside a larger structure, a core. That matters, because structure shapes coordination. Integrated units move differently, faster responses, better synchronization, more flexibility. This reflects ongoing military reform, not just on paper, but in how units are deployed. And in a battlefield shaped by speed and precision, structure becomes a force multiplier. Then the narrative expands. Reforms are working. Operations are more effective. Enemy communications intercepted. It builds a picture, strong, convincing, but the details remain limited. In modern conflict, information is part of the battlefield. Not just what happens, but how it's presented. Intercept claims suggest precision, awareness, control, but without open verification, they remain claims. Not necessarily false, but not fully confirmed either. And that's where analysis matters. Separating probable reality from reinforced perception. The most visible shift appears in target selection, from large to small, from heavy armor to light mobility. Motorcycles. They may seem insignificant, but they're not. In damaged terrain, narrow routes, restricted movement, small vehicles become critical. Fast, flexible, harder to detect. But once drones start focusing on them, that advantage begins to disappear. Every adaptation creates a new vulnerability. The impact doesn't look dramatic, but it compounds. One vehicle lost, Mobility reduced. Several lost. Distribution slows. More losses. The system starts to strain. Modern warfare isn't always about destroying the biggest target. It's about disrupting the system. Small hits. Repeated. Consistent. That's where drones operate. Not just to destroy, but to erode, to reduce efficiency, to force constant adjustment. And constant adaptation creates internal pressure. Drones don't just strike, they redefine visibility, concealed positions, less secure. Small patterns, more visible. Unusual movement, detectable. Even individuals in open areas can become targets. The battlefield compresses. Safe space shrinks. Every movement becomes a decision. Every position assumes exposure. The pressure is no longer just physical, it's psychological. Constant observation changes behavior. So the key question remains, is one side in full control? Not yet. What we're seeing is a competition of adaptation. Who reads patterns faster? Who adjusts tactics quicker? Who uses small-scale technology more effectively? This war isn't shrinking, it's transforming. More precise, more distributed, harder to define in simple terms. And amid all the claims, it's important to see this as part of a larger picture, not absolute certainty. If you want deeper analysis beyond the headlines, make sure to subscribe. Because here, we don't just watch what's happening. We break down how it works and where it's going.